Hello everyone, this is YLAM. Today we're going to be looking at a MultiGP spec frame. This is from Flynoceros and this is the Cerberus V2. So let's go ahead and start opening up this package. Now our folks at Flynoceros, they definitely know how to present a clean package. There's a lot of cool stickers in here, plus they sent all of the 3D printed parts with this. So before we open it up, what's one thing that you really want to know is that Flynoceros has a great warranty on all of their frames. There's a lifetime warranty on this frame, so if anything were to happen to it, you definitely want to get in touch with them and they'll take care of you. So one of the really cool companies that offer a really great warranty. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. So this is all of the 3D printed parts. Let's go ahead and just open this up first. Right here, this is the motor protectors and also arm protectors, so it'll protect against any dings on your arms and hopefully a little bit on your motors. Definitely optional, but if you like having something like this, they offer it with the kit. Right here, this next package, this is all of the 3D printed parts to actually build your roll cage with 3D printed protection. So we'll definitely put that on and let you see what it looks like. And it also has the spacers for it. So that's it for the 3D printed parts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stickers. So this part is actually almost all stickers, which is great. You love having stickers when it comes to your frames, and especially these two down here. I would definitely have this on my controller case right here. This looks really cool. It's nice to have a whole bunch of stickers that gets bundled into your frame package. So definitely cool. We'll put this over here. Here is the main base plate. Fits nice and snugly. Very well cut, very rigid. I always like single piece base plates because of their rigidness. Put that here. And then the secondary package is the roll cage. There is a bunch of carbon fiber pieces to hold your antennas, and then the spacers for your screws. So that's everything that comes with the kit right now. These 3D printed parts are definitely optional. You can get them with the kit if you want them. So we're gonna go ahead and start assembling this and give you our thoughts on them. Quick reminder to anyone, anytime you're actually unboxing or opening up a new carbon fiber frame, you definitely want to clean it with a wet rag because there is going to be a lot of carbon fiber dust on it. It gets everywhere. You definitely don't want to ingest it. So spend a little time, wet down a paper towel, and then just wipe it off. So one thing I love about any frame is I'd like it to be easily assembled because I want to be able to disassemble it very easily in case I have any issues or if I need to replace any parts. And the Cerberus is definitely very simplistic and easy to put together, which I love. When we're putting together the roll cage, it's really nicely designed. Here's the right part of the roll cage, and what it does is you hook this to the front of the frame and then you use a locking nut and screw for the back of the frame. So you simply hook it to the front and then it'll match to the back like this. So I'm going to turn it and I'm going to show you the side that's already put on. So here is the locking nut and the thread. It's nylon locked so that you'll definitely have a nice snug fit. And then at the bottom what you'll see is a standard M3 that locks it all together. So one screw to put on the roll cage. That's really nice, very ingenious of them to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down real quick, and I want to show you the 3D printed parts. So they give you two options for the front of the 3D printed part. One of them with just a nice large hole, and one of them that's cut out more for an individual camera type to give it a snug fit. So it'll go in front, something like this. So just choose whichever one you have, provided that you actually selected that you wanted them to print the 3D printed parts for you. Of course, you can print it yourself, save a little money if you have a 3D printer. Next up is the main body. So this is the protector for your flight controller and whatnot, or you could just have it because it just looks cool, because you know, it's nice to have a protected roll cage. So this will go over the top like so, very nicely protected. But if you want to save some weight, you can definitely lose that. The back, there's like an antenna holder for specialized antennas, and this fits right in the back over here. Or if you don't want to use that, there's also the 3D printed parts for your antenna holder, and this is carbon fiber. So definitely a lot of options when you're putting this together. One thing you'll notice when you're actually handling this, the frame itself, is that it feels really nice. It feels different from other frames, and that's mostly because every part of it is rounded. So every edge is nice and smooth. There's no sharp edges, which is something that's not common in all the frames. A lot of the frames will keep it as a sharp edge. So when you pick this up, it definitely feels different. It just feels a little bit more professional because they decided to round every one of these edges. It's not just the specific ones like the strap holders, although those are rounded a little bit more, which is nice, you know, to protect your battery straps from ripping. But they rounded every one of these edges. Just wanted to show this is the MultiGP spec, so they have this nice logo here right at the bottom to show that it's a MultiGP spec. So you can almost consider this a collector's edition frame. You'll also notice that the flight controller screws are chamfered, so they'll fit right in. They'll fit flush at the bottom so that when you put your battery on top, your battery isn't bumping up against screws. So that's a really nice thought. Really like the extra attention to detail when it comes to flush mounting your flight controller, so that when you have your battery down here, it'll fit nicely. Of course, you have your battery straps. There's a port right here, saves a little weight, plus probably a good spot to actually run down your XT60 to your battery. So nicely thought out. You don't have to run it all the way out here. So very well thought out frame. There's a cutout up here, most likely for your camera. So if you low mount your camera, the bottom of the camera can stick into the frame a little bit. So very well thought out frame, very cool looking. So let's go ahead and start putting all these pieces together. So as we look at putting the pieces together for the 3D printed parts, they put a lot of thought into this. So here is the top mounted part for the roll cage, and as you can see, all you have to do is push the spacers through in order to screw them onto the frame. And what they did, and this is kind of ingenious and I really like the idea of this, is that you can forego not having this, but if you just wanted one piece of it, you can definitely do it, and it won't affect which piece you want to use. So for instance, I only wanted to use the front mounted camera part, but I don't want to use this. There is a spot for the spacer to go through, but if you want to use both, what you do is you only use one spacer, and these two would interlock together to be able to give you the front plate and the top protection. So it's really nice. For me, what I would probably opt to do is something like this, in which I would use the camera protection, but I would forego the top mounted part just to save some weight. Now if you want to have maximum protection, of course you want to use both, but it's really nice in which they designed it so that you have options on what you want to use and what you don't want to use. The next thing I want to talk about is the protector for your arms and for your motor. On the website it states that these aren't meant to be exactly for this arm, but it doesn't look like that's true. They fit perfectly from what I can see, so it looks really nice when you put it together like that. And here is the frame fully put together with all of the 3D printed parts. So we put on the motor and frame protectors for the arms. Here's the front mounted for the camera, the body protection for your flight controller, and in the back we have the carbon fiber piece for your antenna piece right here. Down at the bottom you can see that it's nicely cut out so that you can still put in your screws pretty easily. These are removable even when you have your motors put on, so if you just want to save some weight, or if you wanted some extra protection, say you're flying over concrete, you can easily put these on when you need them and remove them when you don't. So they're very flexible, very easy to use. Love the laser cutting or milling of the MultiGP spec down here. Makes it really nice looking. And this is the look at the Cerberus frame V2 MultiGP spec. Definitely a very interesting frame. It is a stretch X, so if you like that design, definitely a frame that you want to look at. You can get it at flynoceros.com.